human whose name is written in this notebook shall die.
Oh. That appears to be the Death Note.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What makes you think that?
Just a hunch. Oh, hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to episode 1 of Death Note, Rebirth.
Death Note.
I've heard about this.
Yes, everybody's been suggesting Death Note for the longest time, and while I know that there is a Death Note, like a journal.
I actually learned about this before we started watching anime. If someone was like, name an anime, that would probably be the one I would go to.
Yeah, it's renowned as one of the best anime of all time.
Right.
It's an older one, but just like Full Metal, like it's kind of a timeless classic.
Love that.
And I know that it's like a detective and like
mystery, psychological.
I know it's a bit of a cat and mouse situation.
Love that. Okay,
so,
very fun.
Lots to pick apart and lots to analyze, and we could not be more excited to start. And if you are, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below to keep with us as we journey through Death Note. Also, check out the Patreon linked in the description below to see these episodes of Death Note right now in their extended uncut forms. Also, comment down below any series that you want us to watch after Death Note. It's a shorter series and we chose it partially for that reason because we don't know when Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 3 is going to be coming back.
We're just waiting.
Yeah, so hopefully this series I think will end around May and hopefully
we'll get married
in June. All right, are we excited for episode 1 of Death Note?
Absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
Here we go. Death Note. I've heard about this for months, but I don't really know much.
I know you write a name in a book and then that person dies, but that is all I know. This is cool.
Oh, the other thing I know is this has the highest budget per episode of any anime ever, at $1 million per episode, versus an Attack on Titan, which was about $150K.
What?
So it's like 10 times the typical budget.
$1 million per episode? They spent $37 million on this show?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Yeah. The animation holds up too.
Well, it definitely looks very different from, I feel like, a lot of the other animation we've watched.
This intro is interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa. And who's that?
What was
the demon?
The guy who was on stilts when we went to Universal.
Oh yeah, I think that was
Babadook.
No, that was
him?
actually this guy.
Oh no way.
Yeah, I think his name
fun.
is I don't know. I'm not gonna tell it. I'll say it, but we'll mention after this intro. But wow, a lot of religious imagery too. And the apple. First of all, I want to say, before we talk about the intro, we were lucky enough to get invited to the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror premiere. Simpsons basically hired animators that worked on Death Note, and they actually did a Death Note spoof. Oh my god, the Death Note, not the Death Note. Because of that, they had a lot of like mascots, and they had whatever that flying beast was on stilts walking around scaring people.
I'm pretty sure I have a video of us
we do.
Yeah,
I'll include it here.
Scared by that creature.
On the stilts?
Yeah, it was terrifying, but
they're real good.
We made it out. But that intro, it was a great intro.
Love that.
Yeah,
very
lots
cool.
of religious imagery.
Lots of really bright colors.
I feel like I saw a lot of black and white.
There was a lot of black and white, but the color that was used was very bright. Like
true.
it was used
contrasted.
very exactly.
Not sure what we're looking at here. Whoa.
Elephant graveyard vibes. Why does everything remind me of?
I was gonna say, you always say
I
that.
know. That's so cool.
Whoa. What is this?
Hey there, Ryuk. Would it kill you to join us? You should
Ryuk.
come play with us for a change.
No, I'll pass.
It also has a renowned dub.
Listen for the voice of God that
Nice.
follow it, and know that in time you will find your salvation.
He just totally snapped. So like you
Yagami, are you still with us?
Today, at approximately 11 a.m., a 32-year-old man was found stabbed to death in his apartment in the city of Yokohama,
The music is like
Kanagawa Prefecture.
church choir.
Yeah, very religious sounding.
Yeah. Before we continue, where do we think that beginning scene was? That looked like hell or something.
Like definitely like a wasteland of some sort. It gave me the vibes of some place that like used to be really vibrant and
Like post-apocalypse.
yeah, exactly.
I got those vibes, but also they all seem to be kind of monsters. So I was thinking potentially it was like where the demons hang out.
Right, but is it a cause or effect thing? Like, is it nasty there because the demons hang out there, or do the demons hang out there because no one else hangs out there because it's nasty?
I think my guess would be that it's like in a layer of hell. But this guy's name is Yagami. That's what they called him.
Was only 25 at the time of her death.
Oh, wow. So murder.
Day
sad.
in and day out.
They said he was stabbed,
Same
right?
news on permanent repeat. This world is rotting.
Interesting.
Species are now becoming extinct at a faster rate than has ever occurred in our recorded history.
Oh. That appears to be the Death Note.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What makes you think that?
Just a hunch. Oh. Oh, this.
I know the audio!
Yeah. There's a lot of famous Death Note memes and audios.
That's so interesting. Yeah, no, I've heard this a million times.
Okay, so we just saw a Death Note fall out of the sky. Seems like a Arthur and the Sword type thing.
Is it the Death Note, or is it a notebook with Death Note written on it?
I would guess, yeah, that's...
As in a notebook of death?
Yeah.
The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die.
Okay.
That's pretty lame. Not to mention twisted. The human whose name is written in this notebook shall die? Come on.
Huh. So we just left it. Interesting.
There must be something wrong
That
with
is
me to even
interesting.
consider it.
Oh,
He went back for it.
okay.
This note will not take effect
are
unless
we
the
trying to
writer
kill,
has the
though?
person's face in their mind when writing his or her name.
Oh.
Therefore,
Okay.
people sharing the same name will not be affected. If
Smart.
the cause of death is written within 40 seconds of writing the person's name, it will happen. If the cause of death is not
Oh,
specified,
they don't just
the
drop
person
dead
will
out of
simply die of
nowhere.
a heart attack.
Oh.
After writing the cause of death, details of the death should be written in the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds.
What?
So depending on the person you have in mind, you can either kill them easily or painfully, huh? This
Wow.
is pretty detailed for a
That's really
prank, I'll give them
specific.
that.
Really laid out the rules, though.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to immediately go to, so I can kill them fast or slow.
Yeah.
You know? I think saying you can specify how they die is different from specifying so it can be as bad or not bad as I want. You could actively think you want someone to die of a stroke in their sleep, you know? Where it's, if
That's
just
true.
because the default is a heart attack doesn't mean that something else has to be worse, it's just different. But the fact that he went immediately to, I can make this really drawn out or not.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh.
So I write a name and that person dies. Like anyone would believe that.
He's... You have to write one, you know? Like... It's just gonna, like, pick away at his brain, you know? Oh.
Oh boy.
Wait,
Just to
on
see.
the off chance someone really dies, would that make me a murderer?
Interesting.
That's a morality
Yeah, right.
question.
It's completely impossible.
The same assailant who attacked 6 people at a busy shopping district in Shinjuku yesterday has struck again, taking 8 people hostage at this daycare center. His captives include both children
Oh, no.
and teachers. The police have now identified the suspect as 42-year-old Kuro Otoharada, currently
Name and face?
unemployed. We expect negotiations to begin immediately.
No way.
Well, one can only hope for a quick resolution to this situation.
Looks like the
It's
notebook
been 40
doesn't work.
seconds.
Oh well, I didn't expect it to anyway.
Wait, we're seeing something here. Looks like movement at the front entrance.
The hostages are coming out, and they all look to be unharmed. The special
They
forces
all-
are taking action. They're moving in. The suspect has been found dead inside. I repeat, the suspect
Oh my God.
is now
Holy
dead.
shit.
Okay. So it works.
Special
It wouldn't be
forces
quite a
are
show if it
denying
didn't.
allegations that they shot the suspect.
So it's quite possible.
And the death note doesn't work, and that's the end of the show.
Well, according to statements from the hostages, the suspect just suddenly collapsed.
Heart attack? This has to be a coincidence.
What if he writes specifications now, because it's still within
It's
6
already
minutes?
6:30,
Maybe.
you know. Don't you have cram school tonight?
Yeah, I'll be ready in just a sec.
Just murdered someone.
Note. It's unlikely, but if by chance this thing is for real, I have to test it one more time. In which case, it should probably be another criminal. I need to see results right away.
Hey, real buddy. What is it, Sudo?
Didn't you want to lend me $20?
Don't tell me he's gonna try to kill a bully.
Pseudo. Maybe I should try killing him. No, I should definitely avoid killing people I know.
His name's Pseudo.
Again, does it even really matter?
Fake.
I mean, would anyone really care if a guy like him was to disappear one day?
Well, because couldn't you specify that they're not found?
Maybe. Get rid of the evidence, yeah.
Once
Right?
you actually start looking around, it makes you wonder if you'd be doing society a favor by getting rid of all these people.
Well,
Okay.
maybe not.
Where you going? Come have a little fun with us. The name's Tako Shibuimaru. What do you say? Come hang out with us,
Gross.
pretty lady.
Full name.
You hear that? She doesn't want trouble.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's go, boys. Strip her down right here.
Oh. Well, he's written.
What will happen?
Hey, wait up!
So he wrote all their names.
Oh.
Oh. And the details.
Oh, okay.
That settles it. The death note. It's for real.
Well, okay, so he saved her, though.
Holy shit.
He just came out of nowhere.
Oh my God. Okay, so at least for the time being, he's using the death note for good.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God.
That's unreal. Okay.
So what are the possibilities? He could literally just go look up like mugshots and just kill anybody.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm having a hard time because I'm anti-death penalty. So saying like,
Oh,
oh, well,
boy.
these people deserve it. Like, no. This is a really, really cool concept.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about this show.
All right, let's see.
I'd better get going.
Yeah, it seems to be another dimension. Okay, human whose name is written in this note shall die.
Now then, I'd better get going. You headed somewhere, you?
They all look like Grim
I hate to tell
Reapers.
you, but our whole world looks like this.
That's true, but I've dropped my death note.
You really messed things up, didn't you?
Hold on a sec. Didn't you already trick the old man to get a second book? Don't tell me you dropped both of them.
You must have some idea
2
where
books?
you dropped the thing.
Oh.
Yeah, the human world.
What?
Oh, it's a different world.
Oh, wow. Holy
Gross.
shit.
So he tricked the old man into having 2 books, so he might have 2 death notes out there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I wasn't expecting you home so early.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. It's because
I've been killing people.
Yeah.
the results of the nationwide exams.
I've been waiting all day.
Here.
Goodness, #1 again. These are the
Oh.
highest scores you've had.
Yeah. I
So he's a
guess. I'm going
genius.
to study in my room, so please don't interrupt me, okay?
Dangerous
As you
thing
wish.
to give a genius
right.
person.
Do you want anything at all, dear?
Light.
You can ask for whatever you like.
Did you hear
No,
that
I'm
was his
fine,
name?
Mom. Thanks, though. I've already got what I want.
Oh. Oh my god.
What?
Oh boy.
You've taken quite a liking to it.
Oh shit.
Oh. He was like sadistic there,
Yeah,
though.
that was
Surprised. I am the
that was
Shinigami
scary.
Luke. That used to be my notebook.
So we dropped the death note for him to find.
The god of death, huh?
God of death.
Well, I'm not surprised. In fact, Ryuk, I've been waiting for you.
Oh? Several death notes have made their way into the human world in the past, but you're the first to have written this many names. Look at how many people you've killed in only 5 days. Most are reluctant to write this much.
I've already
doesn't
prepared
care.
myself, Ryuk. I used the notebook.
But, like,
even
who
though I knew
are
it
these
belonged to a
people?
Shinigami, and now that Shinigami has come. So what'll happen to me?
I'm not gonna do anything to you.
Oh.
The notebook becomes part of the human realm from the very moment it touches the earth. In other words, the notebook is now yours.
This is mine?
If you don't want it, just give it to someone else. But if you give it away, I'd have no choice but to erase your memories of the notebook.
Oh.
So then, you're saying I can use the death note all I want and I won't be punished?
Let's just say this. You will feel the fear and pain known only to humans who've used the notebook. And when it's your time to die, it will fall on me to write your name in my death note. Be warned, any human who's used a death note can neither go to heaven nor hell for eternity.
Oh.
That's all.
Okay, but that's already off the table because he's used it.
Yeah.
Now you have something to look forward to after you die.
So now he can't go to heaven or hell. Okay.
It's not like a moving forward thing.
Yeah, no, it's just purgatory. Like, he's just guaranteed purgatory now.
Okay.
He's already written so many names, yeah, so he can't
That, okay. Can we talk about that for a second?
What do you think of our guy Light?
Okay, it seems like from before that he's going the direction of like public enemies, legally considered bad people, but I can't imagine what his personal drive to do that many that fast was.
I feel like there's just a lot of potentially most wanted people in the world, and it could just be all of them. Like, I feel like there's probably a laundry list, and maybe he just did all the ones that were like he deemed definitely bad, or people in prison that were bad. Like, I think he sees morality in maybe black and white.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you've killed or done like one of these awful things, you deserve death. Maybe that's why it's so easy for him. But it is interesting that he says all the other users of the Death Note were more hesitant except him.
Either go to heaven or hell for eternity.
I feel like that should have been in the rules before you use it.
Yeah.
Because like, why are you telling him now? Like, you can't change it.
He's just screwed.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have something to look forward to after you die.
And when he dies, he's going to be written in his Death Note.
It'll be all right. Answer it.
So his Death Note is like retroactive?
I guess.
I thought you'd like some apples. The neighbors brought them over for us. Why on earth is it so dark in your room? You'll ruin your eyesight.
What's going on? Mom can't see him?
Not visible.
That notebook you found originally belonged to me. And since you're now using it, you are the only one who's able to see me. In other words, the Death Note is the bond between Light, the human, and Ryuk, the Shinigami.
Okay.
Light and dark.
Gotcha.
Yum.
I just have one more question I want to ask you.
Yum.
Is me taking you to the farmer's market.
Hey, are you even listening?
Apples in the human world are worth the trip. What's the best way to describe these? Juicy?
Just answer my question.
I didn't choose you. Don't you see this is all just
My
an
mom
accident?
flies out apples to me when she
Thought you were
visits.
chosen because you're so smart or something? Don't be so vain.
It was an accident.
It just happened to fall around here and you just happened to pick it up.
Then why did you drop it in the first place? You even wrote down specific instructions. So don't try to tell me this was an accident.
You're asking me why? I did it because I was bored.
Yeah.
The truth is, Shinigami haven't got much to do these days. Most of the time, we're either taking naps or gambling. If you take the time to write names in your death note, the others just laugh at you for working so hard. Even if you wrote the name of another Shinigami, it'd be pointless because they wouldn't die. And since we live in the Shinigami realm, it brings us no amusement to kill those in the human world either. So I figured I'd have more fun if I came down here myself.
The earrings.
So it's like a field trip?
Anyway,
Yeah. He's just bored.
You see, I've already exhausted the list of the world's major criminals.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm gonna get rid of them all.
What's the point of doing that?
It's It's only a matter of time before people figure out that these criminals are being eliminated by someone. I want the world to know of my existence. That
Whoa.
There's someone out there passing righteous judgment on the wicked.
What are you trying to achieve by passing judgment on them? I mean, why do you care?
Because I've been bored too. I wasn't ready to believe it at first, but it's obvious now. There's something about the Death Note itself that makes humans want to try it out at least once. I killed 2 men. Those were human lives. It won't be overlooked. Besides, who am I to pass judgment on others?
He's obviously had a change of heart since then.
Yeah.
No, wait. Maybe I'm wrong. This is exactly what I've been thinking about lately. This world is rotting, and those who are making it rot deserve to die. Someone has to do it, so why not me? Because the world can't go on like this.
So he's very morally black and white. Just you're either right or wrong.
What if someone else had picked up this notebook? Is there anyone out there other than me who'd be willing to eliminate the vermin from the world? But I can do it. In fact, I'm the only
The light
one
coming
who
through the
can.
clouds.
Yeah.
I'll do it. Using the Death Note, I'll change the world.
Wow. Oh boy. So he's just killing all the... Oh god.
It's interesting that he wants people to know.
Yeah.
Not like that he's doing it, but like
Look at
for
this,
it to be a
though.
deterrent. Like,
The way-
don't commit crimes because someone's going after criminals.
Yeah. The way they're animating this?
No, because it's like he's using the pen as a weapon. The
Yeah.
pencil. The mechanical pencil.
And also the shuddering is just...
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
At first, I wrote the names of the worst criminals I could think of. Like I was cleaning up the world.
But it's got to get gradually less
No one will
black and
ever
white.
do anything
Yeah.
evil again.
That's it.
And while the truly guilty ones who deserve to be punished for their crimes die of heart attacks, the people who are less guilty but who still make trouble for others will slowly be erased through disease and accidental death.
Oh.
And only then the world will start moving in the right direction. It'll be a new world, free of
Why?
injustice and populated by people who I've judged to be honest, kind, and hardworking.
Oh my god. So he's like the god of the world.
You the only bad person left.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a hardworking honor student who's considered to be one of Japan's best and brightest. And
He's like, are you sure about that?
I will become the god of this new world.
Oh. Episode 1.
All right.
It's just as I thought. Humans are so interesting.
So
Wow. So he's gonna kill everyone he deems not good enough. The
But
light
he's
through the
going to make
clouds.
some of them accidental looking if they're bad but not the worst.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Which that's
Well, I think it's to avoid suspicion at some point.
right. That was my intuition as well. That it's like that people are dropping dead out of nowhere if you're like a super violent, prolific criminal. But
Yeah.
if he just doesn't want you around, then if they start dropping dead of the same thing, it like dilutes the value of the like don't do bad things or you'll drop dead too.
Yeah, but like he really took it to 11 on episode 1.
And it was like 5 days after he found it too.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of radicalization in that short of a period of time is concerning.
Yes, and we know now that he's just like, he could just, oh, whoa, the way he came out of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
This ending's great, by the way, but
Yeah, very cool.
it just opens up a lot. I wonder where this show's gonna go. What's gonna stop him?
Greetings to all of you at the ICPO. I am M.
I am justice! I'm the one who will become the god of a new world that everyone desires! All those who would oppose that god, they are the ones who are truly evil! I guess you're just too stupid, L.
Well, this is Death Note episode 1.
All right.
What are your first thoughts?
I loved that. That was fantastic. Very cool animation, very cool story so far. I'm
Premise
already
is
pretty
just-
invested.
Yeah.
The fact that both of the like main characters we've met so far have the justification of I was bored as like the reason for them doing all this stuff. No one ever does that.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see whether this holds his interest or whether he wants to change tactics. Like, he's a very interesting guy, just so unapologetic. It's going to be interesting to see. But if you enjoyed that episode, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and check out the Patreon linked in the description below to see these episodes early in their extended uncut forms. We also have the entirety of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Attack on Titan, Avatar, Korra, She-Ra, and Arcane on there, so make sure to check them out if you're interested in any of those shows. We have a lot to discuss, but before we do that, where are we headed?
All right, let's review.
We're going to be going to our discussion section, led by our amazing Patreon members. They ask us questions, and we answer them after every episode, so make sure to join at any level and start asking if you're interested. For now, let's go to question 1. Titan asks, if you or Montana were in Light's position and you suddenly gained a mystical power over death such as the Death Note, would you try to go down the same path as him? Also, what are your first impressions of Ryuk?
So me personally, absolutely not. Let me think about this.
While she's thinking, I'm going to give my answer, which is no, especially not that quickly.
Okay,
definitely consider it more, but...
Yeah, no, I definitely think you should think about it. Like, anything that serious, you should think about critically before you decide. Gonna be a hard pass for me, just because the idea of doing something wrong is debilitating for me. I'm working on it, but that would ruin me. I could not live like that.
I wish it was like there was like an injury aspect, not just death.
I still couldn't even do that, because the thing that I always go back to in like an intrusive thought way is like, what if I'm wrong? Like, what if they were framed? So there's the aspect of what if that person is not actually guilty of what I think they're guilty of. Secondarily, in terms of if we're gonna put that aside and just go with people who are just undeniably bad, like there's no conversation about it, still the aspect of not knowing what happens in the void of that person. And I think it's maybe different for him because he's mostly going for criminals who are already behind bars. Not that being behind bars like makes it less likely that you have been wrongly convicted. But if he were to progress to people who are actively harming more people, not in the sense of like going around and murdering people, but like doing bad things in the government or like being corrupt, if that person suddenly disappears, the power vacuum, I feel like unless you're gonna completely break down the entire system, you're not actually gonna fix anything.
Well, that's what he's planning on doing, I think, is taking down the entire system.
He's gonna take down every single person. Like,
I think that's his plan, at least, is what he said. I'm going to kill anybody and only leave the people I see just. He'll become the god over this world, is what he said. Like, I think that's his initial plan, but so if we had it, we wouldn't use it, especially not in that capacity, but he does have a plan where he's like, doesn't matter what happens to me, I'm doing good things, and he thinks he's doing good things, which is very frightening. Also, first thoughts on Ryuk, very creepy.
Very scary.
Interesting.
Again,
morals.
really interesting to have a villain or just like a bad guy whose motivation is just not having enough to do. I'm super looking forward to seeing how that kind of like almost lack of motivation impacts the way he thinks about Light and the way he uses the Death Note just in general.
At least he finds him interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that's something.
Interested to see more of what role he plays other than just watching. It's gonna be interesting to see. All right, let's go to question 2.
All right, Blue Kisses or Blow Kisses asks, how do you feel about following a protagonist that has the kind of morals and ideals as Light? Do you think Light will change his ways along the way, or will he double down?
It's interesting the way his morals worked, where like he was pretty not interested in the book until it worked, and then he immediately flipped to this black and white perception of justice where it was like, you're either good and I deem you good, or bad and I deem you bad. Like, and the apple symbolism, like it feels like they've given it to somebody with the biggest god complex ever. So it's pretty scary to have somebody with that kind of morals and that loose of a system with that powerful of a tool. So that's going to be interesting. Whether he doubles down or changes. I don't see him really changing as of right now. He seems to be like, hey, it's gonna get bad, but if it does, at least I'll be known and like praised by some people. So I don't know if he's going to change very much. I mean, it would be odd for a main character not to change. I'm sure he's gonna change in other ways, but in terms of what he thinks is right, I feel like he's pretty absolute. We'll have to see. What do you think?
The thing that I'm thinking could maybe be an issue is once all of the just super bad people are gone, I'm worried it's going to be like a frog in the boiling water situation where his criteria for what deems someone as good and therefore deserving of life, those criteria are going to become more and more strict as he like has to narrow down like the people who are allowed to live. And if the whole purpose is to like cleanse the world of all evil, like it's not like get rid of like the very worst, like it's like truly eliminate, which is impossible, and chasing an impossible goal is just a recipe for terrible things. And so I feel like the criteria for people who end up in the book are going to become less and less like undeniable.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he like has more of a system or if it just continues to be his opinion.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our final question. Daylord Badlands asks, what are your thoughts on the parallels between Light and Ryuk, such as both of them thinking their worlds are rotten and both experiencing what seems like nihilistic boredom? Finally, your thoughts on their respective solutions to their boredom.
I think it's a really cool comparison to show someone who is like, by all societal metrics, considered to be a rising star, like a successful, bright, young, like up and coming kid who like wants to be good, versus a literal demon. And the fact that they are both bored has led them to this kind of similar path. So I think it's an interesting point to make that like it kind of doesn't matter the like base that you're coming from. If your intention is similar to someone else, the outcome is going to be pretty similar regardless.
Yeah, it's interesting that they're both portrayed with boredom in such high stakes situations that that's like once you have enough power you get bored type thing. And I wonder if this is going to be enough for Light not to be bored. Like, will he get bored once he has everybody down, or will he start to take out more people as he gets bored of having finished his job? Like, and then that's where he's going to start down the slippery slope. Like, is he going to start essentially becoming so neurotic with what exactly is good and what exactly is bad that he'll end up killing everyone? Like, who knows?
Like I could definitely see that happening, that like any potential negative thing could be like enough to push someone over the edge into like the Death Note territory.
Or like somebody said like a girl rejects him or something, and then he's like, I'm gonna kill all the women. Like,
Exactly. Very easy to radicalize.
All right, I think that's about it. Thank you for watching, and please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you're excited for more Death Note coming every Sunday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Are we excited for episode 2 of Death Note?
Can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.